Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. It is a Sunday morning here in Colorado. It is 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and of course, it's 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you're in the UK, it is 7 p.m. I hope wherever you are having an amazing day because today we're going to talk about how to have a positive mindset. And it's going to be very important because I needed to take a break from the how to and talking to you about things. And I want to talk about this mindset game, especially when it comes to growing a business, when it comes to speaking, and just some advice that I would like to give you over the next few months on how to manage all the things that are going on around us and things that are kind of out of our control. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, I am Phylecia Jones. I am the host of Travel the World as a Speaker, where here we talk about the amazing two things, the amazing worlds of speaking and amazing worlds of travel. And these are the two things that I absolutely enjoy doing. So I am an avid traveler, love going to places. And when I started my business, I didn't realize that I had discovered a way to leverage speaking so that I could travel the world. Of course, I leveraged it to grow my business as well, but it has been an amazing journey just being able to take this little talent, this little skill, and be able to use that so so I could travel. And I've traveled to many places here in the United States. I've traveled out of the country, and if you're seeing the photo on the thumbnail here, this is not my home. I really don't know where this mountain is from. It was just pretty, but I live in the foothills or the Front Range of in Colorado, so I get to see the mountains. And granted, I don't like being cold right now, but it is a gorgeous sight to see when you're able to see some beautiful, beautiful mountains. And one day, when I am okay with being cold, I will go outside and go snowshoeing. So we do a lot of camping. We haven't backpacked in a while, but we do snowshoeing, some hiking, camping. We own an RV, and I'm able to take my RV and travel as well. But today, I'm going to switch up the format. Now, granted, we have just started this show. We've only been going for a couple of weeks now, and I'm still trying to figure out my format. But I felt it was time to put in a little motivation. I forgot. Sometimes I forget that we can do all these how-to things, but sometimes we need to kind of shape our brain around what we're dealing with. And the reason I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about some of this was I have a podcast called Humans Exhaust Me with one of my dear friends over in the UK, and I have to tell you, they have been getting the brunt of all of this craziness with the pandemic going on. So the first thing, well, sorry, let me finish that story. So they've been getting the brunt of everything with the pandemic, and I could tell every now and then my friend is just having a really hard time, trying to follow the rules, stay inside, because they are at a level of extreme lockdown. And I know how that feels. And I wanted to take some time to talk about that. Of course, if you have any questions about anything, put them in the comment box. But I wanted to take some time to talk about it and to give you some encouragement and some little ways to stay as positive as you can. Now, here's the deal. We are dealing with a global pandemic. This is something I don't think we've ever seen the likes of. Now, of course, we've had other things, the AIDS epidemic, we have the opioid crisis, cigarettes and things like that. But I don't think we've ever had anything that is so volatile that can jump through countries, jump on top of people, and cause mass devastation. And with that comes not being able to live the life that we used to live. Now, I know everybody's been throwing all these words about new normal and just go with the flow. And I'm here to tell you, you know what? If you need to give yourself grace, give yourself grace. I had to take some time off last summer because it was a lot going on. And I actually got with a therapist, and I'll give you the tip she gave me. And this was like the one thing, it was like, it's like the clouds opened up and the angels started singing when she told me this. I got to drink my tea. I got green tea. It's not the sexy tea, but it works. Funny, as you get older, the things you don't like are the things you need to survive. So last year was a tough one for me. And I was I was one of those people. Last year was my year. I'm pretty sure everybody said that. And I started off the year great. Had the first full paid speaking gig of the year. Did that in February. Had my first live event. I was still doing a national television show, and then at the beginning of March, which just happened to be on my birthday, the world in the United States stopped for me, or my world stopped. And after a while, I was just like everybody else. Okay, we'll be done with this by summer. I was still going to buy my plane ticket so I can go to London to do my speaking gig. And, still in talks with that. And then as it just kept going, it was like, oh, wow, I don't know what this is going to look like. We had plans to drive from here to Florida, and I was going to do quite a few speaking gigs and networking over in Florida. But, the earth decided it had different plans for me. And I was okay for a while. For about a month or two. And then it just started getting to me. It really started getting to me. And then of course we had a lot of civil unrest. And that was kind of when I had to throw the towel in. And and I said, you know what? We're going to have a therapist before I flip out on somebody. But working, and I'm telling you all of this because I know a lot of people who talk about positive mindset just like to throw out, talk at you, but I really do understand what's going on. And I said I needed to do something because I knew coming out of summer last year that going into winter, it was going to be a little rough if I didn't refocus my brain somehow, some kind of way on a little project, all that kind of stuff. And I even told my husband, I said, I think you're going to have to find one project to do to keep you in a positive mindset of something to look forward to. And when I did work with my therapist, the one thing that she told me, like I said, that like opened up the heavens and the earth was you need to focus on today. And I don't know why, but just hearing that it was like I gave myself permission to not worry about what happened before, what's going to happen in the future, planning all the details, disappointing people. It was just like focus on today. So this is probably one of the first things I want to tell you. With all the things that are going on, focus on today. Focus on what you can do today. And the other thing that really I had to repeat over and over again was I told you I got caught up in the world of K-pop, and one of the bands, BTS, I really enjoy them. Their group leader, Kim Namjoon, I saw a video. They were doing an interview, and he was just saying, all we can do is the best we can right now. And that in combination with focus on today was literally how it got me through every day last year. Like every day. It was focus on today and you're doing the best you can. So I want to tell you at this exact moment, if you're feeling some kind of way, you are doing the best you can. Now, I know I talk a lot here on making sure you have your goals, you do all this stuff, but I also want to remind you that you got to be able to do this for yourself in the best time for you. Give yourself grace, okay? And what I'm starting to see are a lot of people, and I was exactly the same way last year. You see all these people who are talking about, especially in the business world, they are, last week I made $1,000 and I didn't do anything. Or I hit a 6-figure year or a 6-figure month. You see all those things. And then, of course, in my travel world, I see all the people taking the vacations to Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas, and they're still carrying on with their photos on the beach, and I get it. If you're seeing that and it's a little overwhelming with all the things that's going on, your brain doesn't know where to focus. If you have kids, I talk to a friend every week, and trying to keep the kids motivated, to keep ourselves motivated, to keep the business going, try to stay safe, try to have some fun, try to refocus, try to do all these things. It is overwhelming. So the first thing is focus on today. Focus on what you can do. And if you need a mantra, Mr. Kim Namjoon, it was the best thing ever. You know, you're doing the best. All you can do is the best you can right now. That is it. And give yourself a lot of grace. Now, I'm definitely not a big time motivational speaker or anything like that, but those few things right there lifted a weight off my shoulder. And that is, for the most part, that's kind of how I can operate right now. I only focus on what I can do. And I just tell myself, you know what, you're doing the best you can. The second thing I want to tell you, I've told you a few things, but kind of moving on. The second thing that I realized was decrease your goals. I know it sounds really, really strange, but I was one of those, you know, you get caught up in the world of business and you got to have stretch goals, big goals, target goals, you know, monthly goals. And, you know, a friend was like, what's your stretch goal? Like, no, I got one thing. I only have, I do have some goals for right now, but I made them very simple. And I made sure I had some business goals because it gave me something to target. And then I gave myself some personal goals. And that's one of the things that I've learned as a business owner. We don't give ourselves enough personal goals. And we will throw everything into business. I want to hit $50,000. I want to hit 12 speaking gigs. I want to do all this stuff. And what I had to do last year, and even now, is go to bed. It's like, you know, make sure I go to bed early. And I didn't have a goal like I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Like, no, it was just like, you know what? Something simple. I'm going to listen to a Beyonce album every weekend. I'm going to write in my gratitude journal. That was, I'm telling you, that's another thing too. A gratitude journal. I will actually put it down in the comment box. For whatever reason, it helped. It really did help. And gosh, I wish I had them down here. I would actually have to run upstairs to get my journals. Yeah, I would have to actually run upstairs. I should have prepared. But you know what? Hold. I'm going to do it. So just hold on. You get to see my background. I'm going to go get the journals. I know you're probably thinking, who does this? Me. I do this. I'm doing the best I can, I'm telling you. Whew. Okay. All right. I ran upstairs. I got the journals. Sorry about that. I didn't think about talking about these today. So we talked about, you know, giving yourself grace. And a couple of things of giving yourself goals. And I gave myself a lot of personal goals. And actually journaling was one of them. And not journaling in the, hi, this is what I did today. No, it was some basic gratitude. So here is the 5-minute journal. I will put this in the comment box so that you can see it. And what it is each day you write down what you're grateful for, what would make today great, and daily affirmations. Now, it was really interesting doing this because I would write down what would make today great, and I didn't accomplish all of it, and it was okay. It was just like, you know what, it would be what would make today great. And then, of course, you talk about the amazing things that happened, and then how I could have made today even better. And it got to the point, of course, you have a daily affirmation, and it got to the point that I realized that I was so grateful for where I was that nothing could have made the day better, you know, and of course, you can focus on, I wish there was no pandemic, but it's a little bit of just embracing where you are. And I'm going to talk about that too. So that's the 5-minute journal. And then this other one, and this was something I worked through with my therapist, was when you are in this state of overwhelm, it makes you start questioning everything. Like, should I be in business? Should I be speaking? Should I be doing all of this stuff? And I found this little journal, and I thought it was quite adorable. I haven't finished all of it, but I would just choose a page and do it. It's called Start Where You Are, a journal for self-exploration. So that's that journal right here. I put everything aside. I'll stand it straight up. Start where you are. And I will put the links down in the comment box as well. And this one is colorful because I needed something colorful. And each day, or however you do it, I just randomly open and fill out the thing. And it's like an exercise on each page to figure out who you are. And I mean, like, for example, I am not afraid. I was born to do this. And so you talk about what is your greatest motivation in life. And I started doing this because it was just like, you know what? I need to sit down and figure out where I am in the world. And I really did. And I really did enjoy doing these things. And I'm still doing them. I'm still doing them because it was just one of those things that I needed to do to kind of stay in this positive mindset. And also, it was just a way of embracing what was going on, just embracing the moment. Not worrying, like I said, not worrying about what happened in the past, what's going to happen in the future. Just, you know what? I'm embracing what I got. It ain't what I asked for, but it's what I got. And those are a few things that worked for me. And if I get back to the goals, like I said, I had to downplay my goals a lot. And not so much, because we always talk about goals and make them achievable, but not just have so many. It was like basic stuff, like really, really basic stuff to really focus on. And I haven't even done my vision board for the year, but how I normally do my vision board is very simple. It's just like, I don't put a lot of stuff on my vision board, but I give 4 things, and it's health. I do it health, spirituality, relationships, like kind of with friends, and then my home. That's how I did it. And I have a word of the year. So this is my vision board from a year ago. And that helped too. I haven't done mine yet because I usually do it with a friend and we get a painting session. I can't paint this year. Not with a group. So I'm going to be on my own to paint. Woo, it's kind of scary. But these are all the little things that help me to stay positive. And what I didn't realize was when we actually went down to Monument Valley, I got to take photos, and I didn't realize that I actually accomplished this on my vision board. But right now, if you're looking for ways to just stay positive, because the world is dishing up some stuff that it's dishing up a lot of rough stuff. And if you are like me, you live in a colder climate, you're indoors a lot more. You're seeing a lot of things. There's a lot of polarization. I mean, we've been inundated with politics. We've been inundated with pandemic. Now we're seeing folks getting vaccines, some people not getting vaccines. And it's a lot. And I did talk about this. Just get off social media. Getting off social media for the entire summer was the best thing I ever did in my entire life. It was honestly the best thing because one, you stopped comparing yourself to other people with what they're doing. You stopped seeing all of the negative talk, and it really does work. So if you are having a hard time, trust me, I'm hugging you. I'm hugging you right now. I haven't had a hug in a long time. I know how it feels. What you can do for right now is just focus on today. Minimize your goals and give yourself 1, maybe 3 things just to accomplish this year. And just focus on today. Tell yourself every day you're doing the best you can at this moment. And that is good. Give yourself grace. Start journaling if you just need to be reminded of all the blessings in your life. Because sometimes it's easy to get stuck in the pity party and not really pay attention to, all right, some things are going well for me because this could be a lot worse. And I've had to tell my husband, like, things could be a lot worse. Let's appreciate where we are. And then what was the last one? I forgot. Just embrace where we are. And I think that was the biggest thing for a lot of us, is that we did not, we're fighting. We're fighting trying to go back to where it was, and we're fighting to get back to what we think it should be. Just embrace it. And that's where I've had the biggest revelation, even with business. Embrace where we are. No, I would rather be traveling and being on stage? Of course. I'd rather be going and doing my live events. Yes, I'd rather be buying plane tickets right now to all places in the world, but we're limited. So I have taken the chance to just embrace it. That's why I'm doing more video. That's why I'm doing more video content. And that's why I always tell people, even the clients, everybody who signed up for iFind You Close, even you watching this, you know what? Virtual is it, and embrace it. This will be an amazing opportunity if you embrace it. Things could change. Things could stay like this for a while. I don't know. And that's why I only focus on today, because right now I can't tell you what's going on in the future. You can't tell me. And if you could, oh, geez, what were you like in 2019? Seriously. But just focus on today. Once you start doing all of this, you will start having a positive mindset, because nothing's going to really bother you. You won't get overwhelmed by much, and you really will start appreciating, this is what I've built for myself. I built a way of being sane, focusing on what I need to focus on. And a lot of this just gave me time to enjoy little things. Just, I don't work 9 hours a day. Some days I stay up late. Some days I sleep in early. I don't wake up early anymore. I exercise. I really do enjoy the day. And I put in a lot of time. I manage my calendar a lot better now. And I put in a lot of time to reach out to a friend or two once a week. And that has really helped. So you're doing the best you can right now. You really are. Just focus on today. I'm just going to keep repeating it. Sometimes we need to hear it. Focus on today. Give yourself tons and tons of grace. Minimize your goals. You don't have to accomplish everything. Seriously, just one or two things. Just one or two things. I mean, one or two things that are amazing, that you can pace yourself, that you won't beat yourself up over if you don't achieve it, but you started the steps in the right place. Be grateful for where you are, because things could be a whole lot worse. and you need to remind yourself of that, that things probably could be worse. And just embrace the moment. There are a lot of cool things. Your creativity will start going into overdrive if you embrace where we are right now. So that's all I have. Hopefully it was useful to some of you. Maybe I should practice being a motivational speaker. I don't know. But I will say, I do understand where you are. I understand being overwhelmed. I understand, the days are short right now. The days will start getting longer. Things will get better. It may not get better on our timeline, but things will get better. You're just going to have to stick with it, okay? You're going to have to stick with it. And find those little bits and pieces of life that bring you joy. You really will. And yeah, I think that's about it. Of course, if you need me for anything, if you got any questions, put them in the comment box. I'm here for you. And I think we're going to do a little bit more of this, because I don't know. My gut tells me that we're gonna need a few reminders of staying positive over the next few months. Whew, at least until the sun starts coming out a little bit more. So take care of yourself. You are absolutely doing the best you can right now. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.